First, the National Football League, now the National Basketball Association. The NBA becomes the second major U.S. sports league to lock out its players. The action comes after players and owners couldn't reach an agreement on how to split revenue. Here to discuss the dispute is Paul Haagen, a professor of law at Duke University. He teaches contract and sports law and is a senior associate dean for academic affairs. Professor Haagen joins us from Durham, North Carolina. Professor, welcome to Bottom Line. Pleasure to have you on.
Thank you.
Professor, what's the immediate economic impact of this action?
The immediate economic impact is relatively small. For a period of time, none of the teams will be able to sign their players. There will be no negotiations, but the real impact will be felt in the fall if they have not yet settled this dispute.
Professor Haagen, are we seeing similarities between what's going on with the NBA players and owners and what's going on between the NFL players and owners? Are we talking about basically you have groups of people fighting over a larger slice of a perhaps shrinking pie?
Well, it may not be shrinking, but
at least not according to the players' union, right?
That's correct. What you have, I think, is the on the league side, in the case of the NFL, a desire to right what they think was a very bad labor agreement the last time around, and to have the league and its teams have a larger portion of the revenues of the league. In the NBA, what I think the league believes is that they're fighting for the long-term health of the league. On the players' side, in each case, what I think they're trying to do are protect gains that they've made in collective bargaining over the last 20 years.
Over the last 20 years, but between now and then, players' salaries have gotten a lot larger. Is this a question, once again, from the players' perspective of transparency? We hear that same refrain in the NFL versus their owners. They just want to see the books, and they want to make sure they're getting fair market value.
Transparency is absolutely critical to the players in the NFL situation. In the NBA, there is already a significant level of transparency. I think what it's about is what the players' arguments are about are creating incentives for teams to be run in an effective way and to retain elements of competition, to retain elements of ensuring that to the degree that the league is successful in the way it was this last year, that they participate in the success.
Professor, if I might ask in our last 30 seconds, what we see here, this battle between players and owners in U.S. professional sports, you said that the economic impact, it might not be seen right now, but for the larger impact, especially in smaller communities that have teams, such as a Sacramento or maybe in Oklahoma City, what is the economic impact on those communities, especially considering that the people who work at these stadiums are, in effect, part-time freelance workers?
Well, if this goes into the season, it could be quite enormous. And if the lockout, the failure to reach a new collective bargaining agreement, extends for any length of time, I think it's possible that we could see contraction, elimination of teams, movement of teams, jeopardy of franchises that are already highly leveraged. So if it is a long lockout, a long labor dispute, then the economic impact could be quite considerable, especially, as you noted, in the smaller markets.
Paul Haagen, he's a professor of law at Duke University, joining us live from Durham. Professor Haagen, thanks so much for your time today and your expertise. We appreciate it.
Thank you.